Yo, what's happening, people? Back again for another stream. So today we're going to discuss um, a certain Brazilian wonder kid coming through. Endrick, is he the next off the production line for Brazil? For me, I think there's a lot of promise in this player. You know, obviously made his debut for Palmeiras, I believe, when he was I want to say 15 or 16. Yeah. For me, I believe this player will go on to become a generational talent, purely because I think if you look at the stature of him, um, he's more or less a man. He's got a man's body at the age of like 17 already. You know, he's a mixture for me of R9 Ronaldo in terms of his stature and build. Um, his finishing, I believe, is a mixture of Romario in terms of his agility and his quickness, and then he's left-footed as well, which obviously is a mix of Adriano in terms of the power he can get behind his shots. So to have all those players rolled up in one, um, for me, there's no doubt that he'll become a top player if he's on the right trajectory, especially going to Real Madrid in the summer. Um, and I believe, yeah, if he can kind of continue his potential, you know, there's no reason why not. This guy can become, as I said already, the best of his generation. You know, so just a few facts about Endrick. So he's had 3 caps for Brazil. Obviously, scoring at Wembley against England, which made him the youngest player to score club or country at the ground. His club appearances, so he's had 38 appearances for Palmeiras in the first team, provided 14 goals, which, to be fair, is a good return for a total of 66 in all competitions with 18. So for a 17-year-old, you know, that's good. It's almost 1 in 2. So yeah, I'd say that for the start of his career, he's been very promising. So yeah, he's got a lot to offer, in my opinion. This is a guy that scored 165 goals in 169 games for Palmeiras' youth team before the age of 16. So yeah, he's obviously proved that he can find the back of the net, you know. And obviously after his debut, that's when Real Madrid made the decision to part with the fee. I believe it was 42. I think it's 42 million euros, or probably a bit more than that with add-ons. Yeah, so as you say, Real Madrid can see the potential in the player, and yeah, I think him in that front line with Vinicius Junior, the potential rival of Mbappe, Rodrigo, and you got a midfield behind him of Camavinga, Tchouameni, Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde. I believe Toni Kroos might stay on for another season with his experience, and Modric might move on. But the core of their team is all young, and to be fair, they've got some of the best young players in the world, and he's going to be another one that's going to be added to that. Thing is, with Endrick, will he get the game time with the impending arrival of Mbappe? I believe what Real Madrid would do. I think they'll start with Mbappe through the middle, and Vinny will be on the left, and I think Rodrigo will play from the right. Even though Rodrigo actually does play from the left, but due to the competition of Vinny and obviously Mbappe can play out there as well, I think Rodrigo will find himself playing on the right hand side. So I think Endrick is going to be like more of the understudy, and I think his opportunities will be few and far between. I think you might see like little 20-minute cameo appearances of him, and seeing if he can make an impact if you want to rest legs. Obviously, there's injuries as well, but what a young player to have, who's obviously making his way in the game. I think for me, it would be good to see him go on loan, if I'm honest, but or either go on loan to someone in the La Liga, because I believe that if Mbappe does come, obviously Mbappe is going to play every game possible, and then obviously you've got Vinny as well on the left, who's going to play every game possible when he's fit. So yeah, I mean, Endrick's still learning the game, obviously, so it might be a bit tough for him to kind of force his way in there. But yeah, I think this is a player that's got huge potential. It's funny as well, actually, because Real Madrid have got Endrick and Barcelona have got Vitor Roque. I think Vitor Roque is a bit raw for me. Could he become the eventual successor to Robert Lewandowski at Barca? For me, the jury's still out. I think Vitor Roque needs to refine his game a bit more. Obviously he needs more chances as well, but he could be another one for the future. But I think Endrick is a bit more polished. I think when Endrick come on against England, you could see he was a 17-year-old striker, because a couple of the things that he did in terms of the back heel he done in the game, which was a bit childish in my opinion. I think he could have kept the ball and laid it off. And even the chance at the end, I think a more seasoned striker would have probably dinked that over or would have placed it into the corner. But I think he just went straight through the middle. I think he tried going through his legs, and to be fair, he should have finished it. But one thing I did notice about him, which I did like, is that for someone of 17 years of age, when Andreas Pereira played the ball over through to Vinny, Endrick's first thought was to run with Vinny, and I think a striker of that age you usually wouldn't have thought about that. You more get that with more experienced strikers to follow the ball, in terms of if the ball does not end up in the back of the goal, then you're there for the rebound. And for someone of his young age to kind of be switched on to that situation shows volumes for his maturity, But yeah, I think Endrick, I think he is the next one off the production line for sure. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see his development, really. But these are the kind of players that I want to see Man United going for. Have the scouting network to target players like this. Because I do believe, when Real Madrid very rarely get it wrong, I would say, especially when it comes to South American players. If you look at through the years, the South American players, they've always kind of picked the very best. And I believe as well that when they lost out to Barcelona for Neymar, they've kind of made it their pact to not lose that again. As you can see, when they've got Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and now Endrick. So, but yeah, it'd be very good to watch it. It'd be very interesting to see his development. And I believe, as I said already, he's going to make a big impact, So yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, got England playing later today against Belgium. Obviously, my thoughts and feelings. I already touched on it on Twitter earlier in the week. I think that England flattered to deceive, if I'm honest. I've heard a lot of talk saying that England are going to win the Euros. In my opinion, I believe quarterfinals is as good as it gets when they meet a top team. This manager's very negative. And for me, yeah, there's a ceiling to what they're going to do in this tournament, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll have a watch tonight, and I'll see if I can see a bit of a change. In my opinion, obviously there's a few players out tonight. I think what's good, you can see Kobbie Mainoo making his first appearance tonight as well, which I'm looking forward to. And I believe if Kobbie has a good game tonight, which I'm pretty sure he will, I'll go as far as saying that probably cements his place in the squad. I think such the quality of him providing he stays injury free, I think that will cement his place in the squad if he has a good game tonight. But yeah, so don't forget to smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do a Florian Wirtz versus Pedri, two of the brightest young midfielders in the game. I'm going to do a comparison on them and who I think will turn out to have the better career. Catch you guys tomorrow.